Do you remember me at all?
No.
Okay. So can I ask a quick synopsis of what you think the prescription is for society today for men? In a short version, what do you think they should do to be successful with women?
To be successful with women,
Yeah.
okay, are we talking about like getting a girl for a long-term relationship, just to get laid? What are we talking about
Well,
here?
I think the only reason should be for a long-term relationship and marriage. I mean, that's Jesus Christ founded it. But I'm just curious what your prescription is.
Well, I've talked about this. I think guys have to have certain things in place, right, before they want to get into a long-term relationship. It's 5 things. So I would say 100K per year, 6 figures a year, 6 months to 1 year of savings, be in good shape, have at least 50 partners, right, sexual body count.
All right. And then is that the last one?
And then there's one more, but that's fine. You could go ahead and
Okay.
engage with what I've said so far.
So the reason I asked that is
Let's stop it right there real quick. Will, do you feel like men need to have experience with women sexually? No.
Not to the capacity of which he's describing. I don't think you need to have much experience with women sexually at all. If you want to please women sexually, you need experience sexually. But to talk, if you learn how to talk, you know how to talk. If you learn how to move, you know how to move. Whether you are actively engaging in sex or not is irrelevant. Women don't know if you know how to have sex until it's time to have sex. So.
Okay.
I don't understand the point of that video. Where they were
I'm not done with it yet. I just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about a year and a half. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including relationships.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life. And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier. But I felt...
Congratulations, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. And I know you're not against that, but my concern is what you're saying to men leads them astray, because I'm a walking example of it. And I think you're significantly damaging people, and especially you're leading people away from morality. Women are not sex objects. Women are created in the image of God, and they are valuable. And they should be treated as such. Why should God give you one of his children if you don't even know how to treat them? So I think...
So a question for you. You said you got out there dating and meeting women and stuff like that. And then you said that it kind of hurt you.
Yeah.
How did it hurt you specifically? Did you like just start... What happened specifically?
Well, I started warring against my own flesh. It's like trying to fill an empty void. Mm-hmm. There's a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man that can only be filled by God alone. Anything else you try to fill with that's not going to satisfy it. Sure. And I tried to do it with sex.
Yeah. So, would it be fair? How'd you meet your wife?
We actually had the #1 dating podcast in North and South Carolina called Who Hurt You Podcast. Okay. And I'm also friends with Fresh. I know him very well. I texted him before I came here. Yeah. And I know pretty much everyone on your crew. But I was a heavy follower, and you actually inspired me to start the podcast, and I realized what I was doing was wrong.
Yeah, so would it be fair to say that when you went through that experience, you were able to identify characteristics that you probably found as unredeemable and you probably wouldn't want to commit to, right?
In what way?
Well, when you were seeing these women, right, you probably started seeing patterns in how they behave, how they speak or whatever. Maybe they're not qualified to be a wife. Because the thing is, right?
Well, I don't need that. I have the Bible for that. It tells me what to look for.
Yeah, but the thing is that you were able, and again, you're probably not going to notice it, but when you dated and dealt with all these women, you probably were able to identify characteristics that you were not fond of, or characteristics that would make a woman not a good candidate for a long-term relationship. And I think half the game is figuring out which girls don't qualify for marriage versus which ones that do. And clearly you learned a skill set on how to become attractive and get women, and then you're able to identify the things that you like versus the things that you don't like. And that only comes a lot of times with experience. Now, look, if a guy can go ahead and, find a woman as a virgin and be attractive and be able to understand how to navigate that, that's great in modern times. But the reality is a lot of guys don't. And I mean, even in your success story, you had to go through a lot of bad women to be able to identify your current wife as the one. So failures are good. They're good.
Yeah, failures, excuse me, failures in the sense of socioeconomic or maybe even relationship failures could be good, but there's a difference with what I'm saying. I'm saying that we're warned against our soul. Jesus Christ commands us to marry one woman. That's it.
Sure.
And what you were causing me to do was sin against myself, and that's the point I'm trying to get to. It's immoral.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
it's
you got to
wrong.
take personal responsibility, bro, because here's the reality.
No, I do, 100%.
Yeah, so
very publicly, I
and
have in
that's-
front of
and
over
that's why-
40,000 people. I've done that.
Yeah, great. But the point I'm trying to make is I teach guys a skill set, right? If I give you a gun and you shoot yourself in the foot, is that my fault? If I taught you how to properly use it, how to disarm it, disassemble it, you know, how to load the magazine in properly, all that. If I give you the skill set, then you shoot yourself in the foot, right? Is that really my fault? No, I just arm you with the skill set. Then you choose what you want to do with it. Now, obviously,
Well,
you
no,
wanted to
it's
go on
predatory,
you wanted to
because men
go
are
toward
hurting.
a sex escapade, which is, I guess, fine. But the reality is, I armed you with the tools to become an attractive guy, and you utilize that. You can't come back and get mad
No,
and
you
say,
didn't arm me
"Oh,
with that. I became attractive when I followed Jesus. That was it.
oh, okay." Now it's changing the story.
No, I'm not changing any story. It's one thing to be attractive in the sense of gaining sexual partners, but it's a completely different thing to be attractive to someone that wants to marry you and spend their life with you and have kids with you. Those are two completely different sexual attractions. If I walk in here looking like Thor, I'm 6'2" and shredded, obviously I'm going to be attractive to women, but it doesn't mean that that's a relationship that produces value for me and my family.
And again, everyone is different, right? For you, it took some time, and you found God, and you shifted. But the reality is, I gave you the skill set, and then you choose what you want to do. That's up to you, and you made that decision, not me. I just taught you what to do,
exactly.
how to do it.
It's on me 100%. I'm not placing
Okay.
blame on you. But what I'm telling you, from someone
And
that
here's
listens
the other
to you,
thing,
I'm
too,
trying
that
to
you
let
gotta
know
understand.
what happens when you speak to people and tell them to do these things.
Here's the other thing, too. Like, now you're operating with 20/20 hindsight. You went through it. You experienced
Correct.
it. You
That's
know.
true.
A lot of guys need to get their hand burned sometimes to figure out how things work. Because let's be
Why?
honest, men are very stubborn.
Why do
So-
they need to do that? If they find a God-fearing woman, they wouldn't do half the stuff you're talking about.
Well, here's the thing. Finding a God-fearing woman in today's day and age is a lot harder said than done, right? So
I did it,
Yeah, it's a lot harder
and
said
so did
than
everyone
done.
in my whole family. So it's not that hard.
Yeah, that's anecdotal from your perspective. But again, you learned the skill set. You were able to find a wife, and I'm happy about that. But you got to take a little bit of accountability here and understand that you basically got a loaded gun and shot yourself in the foot, and you're trying
Correct.
to blame me for it.
No, I'm not blaming you. Like I said, I take accountability.
Yeah.
There's a big difference there.
Okay.
But look, nothing against you. Like I said, I've hung out with Fresh 8 or 9 times recently. I love him, and I think your heart is in the right place. But I just wanted to give you from someone that actually listened to what you were saying to do, read your book, and it didn't work. That's all I was trying to do for you.
Well, actually, it did. You didn't notice it yet.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to identify your wife and have been able to find her and figure out what characteristics you like and don't like, right, unless you went through that.
My wisdom came from the Bible, not you. But I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do men who date multiple women tend to struggle with knowing how to protect one woman properly in a serious relationship?
What?
I mean, that's what he said. He talked about dating multiple women and how it damaged his personal life. So, in your opinion,
I think he weak. I have seen him before on something. I don't know what I've seen him before. But I think it's crazy that dudes follow every word that someone says on the internet. Now, I get online and I spew rhetoric and people tell me I'm wrong all the time, and I tell them I'm 100% right. Sir, I'm 100% right. So, yeah, my nickname is Mr. Moore Writer for a reason. I'm 100% right. Now,
I thought your nickname was Picking and Choosing and Will.
no, I got two aliases on social media. That's Picking and Choosing and Opinion Phobia. But people have given me a nickname on Instagram as Mr. Moore Writer. They're giving me the Boogeyman. They're giving me Freddy Krueger. And I told JR my new name is
Dipshit.
The King Talk Paul Bearer. Now, do we need to play my sound effect, JR? Do we need to? And I mean, I don't know why this brother is addressing me in a hostile fashion. I've said nothing disrespectful to him. I made no comments or gestures toward him. But for some reason, I don't know why, but I guess they want to hear it, JR. So we'll just play it for him.
Seriously?
You
Yeah.
lucky, sir.
Seriously?
Sir, listen, sir. When you hear this, I suggest you run for cover. All right, because this is the boogeyman's coming. You know how they said 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door, sir. I strongly suggest you leave me to my vices. You
Funny the
stick to
dumb
your.
things you remember. That's a freestyle.
Oh my gosh, the brother just. I'm sorry, Jay. I don't know why this happens. I don't
Yeah,
know.
go ahead. Go ahead. Stick to the topic now. What were you saying about
I think
multiple women and him
yeah.
being damaged?
So I have rhetoric that I spew on the internet too, but I always tell people it's your job to check with the source of that information to make sure you're understanding it. Because I hate when people tell you to be responsible for what you say. No, you be responsible for what you think you hear. If I say ABC equals 1, 2, 3, and you think you understand that, and you go apply it and it doesn't work, but I'm telling you it works. Maybe I'm lying and maybe you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Now it's your job to make sure you understand what I mean by ABC equals 1, 2, 3. But people don't check for understanding. They don't make sure they're comprehending what is being disseminated. They just run with the information. Hey, he said this, and you go out there and you do it and you look crazy. I tell guys to date multiple women. I think any guy who's single and is trying to find him a woman right now should be dating 30 women, at least 30 women at a time. Now, if that's hard to do, date 20. But if you're dating less than 10, you really ain't trying out here. It is way too difficult to get. It's way too difficult to just find a woman when you're dealing with women one at a time and get a woman on your program. First of all, most dudes don't even have a program. Most dudes don't even know what they stand for. Most dudes don't know what they're trying to accomplish outside of getting a wife. That's all they know. I just want to be married. Oh, okay. A lot of suckers out here. Just a lot of dudes wanting to be married like a fairy tale story. They just want to be, oh, I'm married. And they want to get on social media and they want to act like they did things the right way. Bro, get out here. Get yourself on Bumble. Get yourself on Tinder. Get yourself on Hinge. Swipe right on every damn body. Every damn body. And once you match, so here's the secret formula, gentlemen, if you're listening. Get on Bumble, get on Tinder. Sir, take notes. Below me, take notes. Get on Bumble, get on Tinder. Swipe right on everyone. I don't care who it is. You don't have to like her. Don't look at none of her pictures. Don't read her profile. Swipe right on everybody. When you find out who matches with you, sift through the women who match with you. Don't waste your time trying to read women's profile to see, oh, I like her. Swipe right, no match. Oh, I like her. Swipe right, no match. Oh, I like her. Swipe right, no match. Just swipe on every damn body. Once you find your matches, sift through the matches. Figure out who you like from who like you. Once you figure out who you like, message her. Send her the same message that you sent the last 50 women. Don't be trying to come up with something creative. Oh, I want to say something creative. Bro, this is a numbers game. Now, once you break the ice with the simple pleasantries, you get off the way, then from the women who are responding to you, those are the women you engage. Y'all over here trying to sweat a chick that don't even give a damn about you. She done popped up on your profile 7 times. You swipe right on her. Every time you swipe right on her, it's never a match. You're like, damn. Maybe she just ain't using the app right now. No, she using the app. She just don't like your black ass. Yeah, because y'all don't know how to move, because y'all don't understand the structure of how to engage with women, y'all are struggling. Whoever it is that's struggling. If it ain't you, it ain't you. I'm gonna shut up, JR. Go ahead.
Is there anybody on the panel that disagrees with dating multiple women?
I would say the only way I would disagree is if you're actually looking for a committed relationship and you're looking for a wife. If you're trying to date multiple women to find one, logically, it just don't make any sense to me specifically. If you want to be the best at basketball, I would recommend that you just focus on basketball, stop playing football, stop playing baseball, stop playing soccer. Stop playing tennis, whatever the hell it is. Focus on basketball. Put as many hours as possible into that specific skill, that specific department. Become a master of that. And you'll find that you will have a better outcome. That's me personally. But if you're just trying to get a feel of whatever woman, and you just, okay, whatever one works best or whatever one can compel me to want to commit, then yeah, do your little roster dating. But I feel like if you want to be a husband and you want to get married, you could compel any woman that you want to be your wife. It just depends on how much you're willing to tolerate, the degree of difficulty that you could put up with. Yeah, it can be difficult, but we don't got to run away from difficulty. Just deal with it. You know, there's going to be some challenge. There's going to be some resistance. Is she worth it? And if she's not, then you just move on. But something's just telling me that men are not really pursuing women for marriage. They're pursuing women for a bottom line. And that may be just the time and sex. And if she appeals to offer more than that, then they just snap into, oh, she could be a wife. Let me go ahead and try this with her. Instead of already intentionally coming to the situation with the mindset of making her your wife. Just using your masculine willpower to push her into that position by any means. And I think every man has the capability to do it if he really puts his time and focus into it. And also surround themselves around men who've done it to be able to pick up techniques, methods, or whatever tip or whatever you can get from the guys who've had the outcomes you want so you can succeed in that. That's just my 2 cents on it.
Why would dudes pursue women for marriage?
Why would dudes pursue women for marriage? I would say, are you asking why would dudes pursue women or a woman?
A woman. You said
a woman. Why would a guy pursue a woman for marriage? He's pursuing a woman.
Hold on. I'm talking about at hello, right? Because you're talking about pursuing. I mean, it sounds to me, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong. You said if you want to be good at basketball, stop playing football, soccer, hockey, golf, tennis, everything. Just focus on basketball. So you said if you want to be married, like I'm not understanding. Are you saying that if a guy wants to be married, he should pursue one woman at a time and pursue that woman for marriage?
What I'm saying is if a man wants a wife and he sees a woman that he finds favor in, pursue her for marriage.
How does he explain
do it?
No, it just, I mean, I'm confused. Like I'm saying, are you talking about if he knows something of this woman, or are you talking about he's in the grocery store, he sees a woman, she's attractive, and he should pursue her for marriage?
He should pursue her as if he's trying to vet her to be his wife.
Can y'all give us some ABC 1, 2, 3s on how you do that?
Will, your experience, right?
I would say part A is to ask her name.
I can't understand you, brother.
Go ahead, Kenny. I interrupted him. My bad.
No.
Wait, what I'm saying is that I don't want to say your name wrong.
Yeah, you got my name very clear, very good. Ekene, you got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, Ekene. Go ahead. You wanted to ask me a question?
No. You started talking. Okay. I wanted to make sure because they keep saying it Kenny. I'm like, I call him Ekene. I don't know. I want to make sure I get your name right.
Is Ekene actually? Those E are A's. They're not E's. They're A's. I is E.
Ekene?
Ekene. Yeah, Ekene.
Ekene. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool.
So what I'm trying to say is this, right? You guys, Will, your experience is not general experience, but Bruiser's experience is more of the old-fashioned experience, a little bit. But I'm going to lean towards Will's experience because when you look at the way your experience, Will, is more of African experience. You have to date multiple women. Doesn't mean you're sleeping with all those women. But if you're looking for a wife today, and you want to get a wife and you're not having sex with a particular woman, yes, you have to date multiple women to narrow it down to that single woman. That's when sex is not involved. But Bruiser's definition, I think Bruiser is talking about if you're already having a relationship with somebody, you should focus on that person. That can be true. That is true. That is right. But in a situation whereby you don't have anybody anymore, Will's definition is common in like African setting because of the reason why I'm saying this is because when we want to get married, your mom is looking, your sisters are looking, your dad is looking, you are looking. So what happens is that you begin to narrow it down. There is something that you're looking for this woman that the other woman might not have. That is why it's good to broaden your net in that situation, to broaden your net in order to narrow it down. So I particularly would say it's good for a man that is not in a relationship with a single woman to date multiple women. It's not good for a woman to
Okay,
do
I
that.
was about to ask you that. Why isn't it good for a woman but good for a man?
Okay, because a man is the one looking. A woman is the one to be looked for. The mistake that women do today is that they're looking for marriage. They're looking for men to marry them. No, you're supposed to be the good hanging in the shelf. The man is going to come, then get you. When you as a woman start looking, you are defined as a whore, a prostitute, because by nature you're not supposed to. You're supposed to keep yourself ready. Dress, be the woman that is marketable for other men to get. Understand what men are looking for in a woman and be that. Be that which men are looking for. On the shelf, sitting on the shelf to come and be, chosen.